Good morning, all. I am here to share with you guys. I am here to come clean. I've been truthful to you guys up to this point, and it's time for me to come clean, if that makes sense. I have a gambling addiction. I have a few videos called Gambling Tips and Tricks 101. I am going to continue to make content on gambling, but it will not be on how to manipulate the machines, so we think. Gambling tips and tricks moving forward would be strictly on why you shouldn't gamble. Last night I came home crying. I never came home crying. Although I've taken a loss, you feel bad, you beat yourself up, but never have I cried. I knew last night I messed up, and I messed up bad. When I took my whole check to the gambling house, it's time for us to have a conversation. I don't know what I was thinking. I should have just took out what I wanted to play with, but I took out my whole earnings because I was going to pay bills. I took it to the gambling house. I sat there till I exhausted every penny. I do not have a quarter to my name. And I want to talk about the tricks that they put on us and the trick that they put that we put on ourselves. Let's start there. The trick that we put on ourselves is we have control. That's one of the biggest tricks. I got control. I know my limit. I'm just going to play this amount. Another trick that we put on ourselves is the lies that we tell to other people about where you're going, where you been, how much you lost. That's the trick. The trick that we put on ourselves, I'm going to get in and I'm going to get out. When I come up a certain amount, I'm leaving. That's the trick. Another trick that we tell ourselves is that I'm not going to go again. And then you manage to find your way back in there. What holds you there? Why you can't get up and walk away? I lost my money last night, but I was able to recoup all my money. But did not get up and leave. It had me there to where I missed picking my son up from school. Knowing it's cold outside, knowing he don't have a way or a ride, and the distance between home and his school. Now my son is 17 years old, he's a senior in high school, but that doesn't make it better. I neglected my responsibilities. I failed to pick him up. I had a doctor's appointment at 3 o'clock for my surgery, my shoulder that I had surgery on. Didn't go because I was glued to that gambling screen. And I just want to talk about what holds you there after a win. Why do you continue to sit there and play? Why is it difficult to get up and walk away? And I'm going to tell you the trick that they put on us. As always, I'm encouraging you not to gamble. Don't do it. It's time to go. We need to warm up the car. Get the key and warm up the car for me. As I was saying, don't gamble. It's in Grandma got it. That is the safest bet ever, is to not to gamble. 2, what holds you there, what keeps you there, is the colors, the aesthetics. Let's talk about today, because I'm going to give it to you in increments. But let's talk about the aesthetic. When you walk in the gates of hell, because you're walking through a threshold, you're walking through detectors. You have now entered the gates of hell, or the gate of hell. I go to a gambling house. It's not a casino like Vegas and Chicago where they have casinos. This is a gambling house. And you're placing a bet on horses, really. And you're competing with other players, if that makes sense. You go from a well-lit area, and when you enter the gates of hell, you have now stepped into a dark, semi-dark area that has nothing but fire colors. What are fire colors? Red and orange, black. Black isn't a fire color, but it's a dark color. Orange and red are fire colors that will keep you wanting more. You have black, which we know people associate negative things to black. You may have some cool colors, a blue, a green, but you find that on a few machines. Other than that, it's going to be red, orange, and yellow to get you engaged, to get you going. When you look at the monitor, when the things are flashing in front of you, it's willing. What are a majority of the colors? Red, orange, and yellow. To get you engaged, to get you going. All right? You may have some blue and some green in there, but you're going to have some black and you're going to have some red, some yellow, and orange, some kind of way. The carpet is red with specks of colors in it. The walls may be a warm color, not a cool color. Not a warm color. I mean, a neutral color, but a warm, dark looking color. To keep you engaged, tied there. Why do you think people shoot in there, unlive people in there, argue with people, hit at the machines, start raging in there? Security had to go to a woman adjacent to me last night because she was banging on the machine. I heard the attendant or security tell her, take a moment, get up and walk away. That same woman walked over to me and told me, you up 500, leave. I said, yeah, when I get down to 550. I kid you not, when I walked up out of there, I cashed out 51 cents. I knew I had to leave. I know I had appointments, but it was just something holding me down. There are negative spirits in there, including yours. Nothing good is going to come out of that. Win or lose, you're not going to make good. And I'm here to tell you, all wins are not good wins. I believe in spirit, and that gambling money is not good money. And I know we exchange money every day. But when you know, you know. This money came from gambling. You lose so much in there. You lose yourself. And I talk to people almost on a daily basis, telling the people, do not let anything control you. Always be in control of your thoughts, your feelings, and your emotions. And last night, I was out of control. And it just wasn't last night. I was on like a week and a half winning streak. Every day, I was winning up to $400 and walked out with a dime. I came in last night and contacted Gamblers Anonymous. That's where I am with mine. I am afraid that it will get out of control. I was going every day, a few times a day, but when I wasn't able to do that, then I had to start going once a month, wait every month, and then try to manipulate people out of a couple of dollars so I could go. And that's going to be the next video, manipulating and lying to people so you can go gamble. Know that this is a monkey on your back. This is all spiritual. And whatever religion or spirituality that you believe in, you need to lean on that. You need to have a support system. I am here to help. I am here to encourage. As I am rehabilitating myself, I will share tips on how to come from up under this awful habit. I learned of people unliving themselves, losing their possessions, losing their families. And we can't have that because of a predetermined, preset machine that has no feelings, no emotions about your wins and your losses. And a matter of the fact, no one there cares about your wins, your losses, your highs, your lows. I sat there from 7 in the morning till about 5 in the evening, almost 12 hours, and no one that worked there came to me and said, "Are you good? You need to take a break." No, they leave that up to you. And I know in the background they are in disgust and in awe of our behavior, but it is not their responsibility to tell you to move around. No, we need you to sit there and play. When they have this word that says play responsibly. Who? How? There is no such thing. That is a trick. There is no such thing as playing responsibly. And I'll tell you why. To play responsibly is not to even go in there. Do not enter. That is how you're playing responsibly. Don't go in there with $10. Don't go in there with your free play. Don't go in there with your 5, your 10s, your 20s, your 100s, your thousands. Do not do it. Gambling addiction is real. It is hurtful to everyone. And if you do not like losing, you want to come out on top, you a winner, don't enter. That is the only way you will come out on top. Until next time, love yourself, take care of yourself, and be kind to yourself.